Dodge, canceling, and instant damage. What is it? How are you able to do it in this game? And is it an exploit? Let's talk about it. So we're going to be watching two short 2 to 3 minute videos by SKRILLA. SKRILLA plays over on the Kigerr server, and I talk to him pretty frequently about recently Scarlet Witch and mechanics like this. SKRILLA does a bunch of spreadsheets and stuff. I really enjoy it. I'm just not the best at it. Now, I asked SKRILLA if I could show you guys these videos. He said yes. So, one issue, SKRILLA is one of my favorite content creators, and reason I didn't mention him in the other video is he doesn't talk. I know a lot of you listen to the videos instead of watching, so I'm going to be explaining this as it happens. He does not talk in his videos, and he doesn't have a normal upload schedule. He just, whenever he wants to talk about something, he just does it. So we're going to look over two of his 2 to 3 minute videos and talk about what's going on. This one is on dodge canceling. He has background music, and it's copyrighted, so I'm not going to be playing it. Alright, it's always been in the game. Dodge canceling's always been in the game. A lot of people think it's an exploit. He says it's been in the game since launch. I can confirm it's been in the game since beta. After 9 months, it's safe to say that they're not going to mess with it. That is true. I don't think they're going to mess with it. I think it's something in the game itself. Now he's going to show what a channeled ability looks like, which, you click the button, you can't move, and you do the damage. If you use the ability and then dodge out of it, it's supposed to negate the damage and cancel the skill. And then we're going to, if it's timed properly on some skills, then you do both. You get the dodge and the damage. Some you have to time specifically. Widow's being shown right here. Frag bullets, you hit the button. She does 2 spins and then shoots the bullet. And then on the second run, he cancels out a little bit too quick. You have to wait for the bullet to leave the gun for this move to do damage. Each of these skills have time frames you have to do to make the damage happen. Then he's going to show it the correct way, spin, and then boom, damage. And then get a better angle on this time for one more shot. 1, 2, dodge, and damage. Now, all characters have a skill that can do that you can dodge cancel out of. A lot of them you have to be timed correctly, such as, let's say, Star-Lord's cannonball. If you dodge cancel too early, the cannonball never fires. If you dodge cancel it correctly, and if you do it right, then you have damage and a dodge. Not every character can do it, but not equal amounts of it. We're going to be talking about Spider-Man and Iron Man now. This is the instant damage. So, skills with multi-hit, such as missiles and web shot, do the damage as you cast it. It should be a channel like the rest, but it's not. And if you dodge out of it, it should cancel the thing. Not the case for everything. Instead of canceling, multiple hits get automatically, because when you click the button, the game registers what the damage is going to be based off of who you're targeting. So the 16-shot barrage from Iron Man preloads all 16 shots as hitting. And we're watching it from the health bar up top. Shoots it, dodge. And then all the damage happens. This is where the debate on the exploit, game mechanic, cheesy, or whatever comes from. That is true. It's even more prevalent with Spider-Man, as we're about to talk. So web shot, bum, bum, bum. Now, they supposedly said in the last nerf to Spider-Man that they were getting rid of this for Spider-Man, that you had to be stuck in it, and if you dodge cancel out of it, then you wouldn't do the extra damage. Never happened. They said it happened. They did a patch. They put it in the patch notes. Never happened. He does have a spec that gives him more dodge. Right here, Scorpion's Pursuit. So it allows him to replicate it easily and more often. Next, let's talk about the other video. This one's going to be on crit rate and how it works with abilities like that. I wanted to do these two together because they really go hand in hand. Crit chance is broken, similar to how we did the dodge canceling. I'm going to have both videos linked down below. I'm sorry if it seems like I'm picking on Spider-Man because of all the videos against him. After the dodge cancel video, Netmarble said they were fixing it. Always been suspect there's been a broken relationship between dodge canceling and crit rate. There's been a lot of speculation in the game that we knew it did instant damage. Some people thought it jacked up the crit rate. Some people thought it ignored the defense. Some people thought it did true damage, ignored everything, defense or whatever. And we're going to be talking about what actually happens. Test crit rate on the skills, see if it's addressed. This is what we found. So we're going in with 10% crit rate. Know that it's working properly. The odds of this happening are 1 in 100 million. 8 crits in a row, given 10% crit rate. Boom, boom. So what's happening is there's two things to keep in mind here. If any of the shots crit, everything afterwards also crits. And if you animation cancel the web shooter, then it jacks up your crit chance, which he will explain in a minute. So if you jack up the crit chance and the first shot crits, they all crit, which is where these one shots come from with Spider-Man. %10 crit chance, and he's getting it off every time. He's not even doing the dodge cancel. He's just showing how many times it takes. There's only about 2 minutes left in it, so I'm just waiting out to show you everything for full transparency. So, 60%. Okay, right here. Things to note. The odds of getting 8 crits in a row with 10% crit rate is 1 in 100 million. This only applies to certain skills, the ones that previously were believed to be affected by dodge canceling. Let's try it on another skill. Nope. So what's happening here is the skills that do bonus damage if they all hit the same target, missiles, web shooter, what is it? Marvel has one. There's a couple of them in the game that if they hit the same target, they do bonus damage. It all gets figured out when you click the button, not when it hits the opponent. Now, the skill he's using right now does 3 separate burst of hits, and they're all done separately. Whereas the web shooter The first version does them all at the same time, which is the issue here with the crit rate. This is with 47.6% crit rate. So he's saying that as it scales up, whenever at his 47.6%, it's acting as if he has about 90%, roughly about 90%. So it jacks up, and it jacks up astronomically. So if you have close to 50% crit rate on a Spider-Man, and you do dodge cancels on Web Shooter should be 100%. 75 is the cap, but this mechanic is ignoring it for that particular skill. Now, I will point out this same mechanic right here of the dodge canceling for crits does not work on Iron Man or Captain Marvel. This is inherently specifically for Spider-Man. From testing, we believe it's from Iron Man. It's not 16 individual hits, it's 2 sets of 8. And it doesn't sound like that matters, but it seems like that is what's causing it not to do what's going on. Now, Captain Marvel is kind of a toss up because it should be working the exact same way as Spider Man, but it isn't. It doesn't do the reason why it doesn't, in my mind, is because Web Shooter for Spider Man does more damage if it hits the same target. Captain Marvel's does not do that. Captain Marvel does just does the same amount of damage with each hit. You can just make it you can make them effectively disappear and make the damage almost instant. Okay. Given 10% of doing something, doing it 8 times in a row twice is lower than winning the lottery. Dodge canceling has something to do with this crit phenomena. So he says it doesn't. This was a couple months ago. There's been some testing afterwards that shows it does. But it's weird because he's correct and he's wrong at the same time. So he is correct that if you just do it regular with Web Shooter, it's acting as if it's the same as 47% is 90%. But dodge canceling doesn't make it higher. It just lets you do the damage while also dodging, which is inherently a bonus, right? So while it does not affect the crit chance, it does make the attack quicker and let you go off and do another skill. Normally, you do this dodge cancel then web swing, because when you web swing, it is a spider combat class skill, which gives you the pursuit, Scorpion's Pursuit, which gives you dodge gauge back and lets you do your thing. Thank you to SKRILLA, and let me know if you guys think this is a in-game mechanic, a bug, if they should fix it, and until next time, guys.